Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maida and you're watching Maida Pours. Thank you so much for joining me today. If it's your first time here, you are very welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, well, welcome back, friend. It's so good to see you again. And you are here for another edition of our Coast to Coast Pouring Collab. And before I even get started, I just want to say welcome to our newest member, to Neva. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not certain of our order this week, so I'm not sure if I'm coming in last or before you. I don't know what's happening, but welcome, and I'm glad you're here. So, we did not have a challenge this week. I have a bunch of colors here. I'm gonna go over the palette really quick. When we have a free week, how I interpret it is pour something pretty. So that is my goal. I'm gonna pour something pretty for you guys. At least I'm gonna try. So, I have Unbleached Titanium by Liquitex Basics, Bronze by Arteza, acrylic colors. I love this brand and I love this color. I don't use it that often. I actually was like, why haven't I used this? So I pulled it out. And then I've got my Quinacridone Magenta, also by Liquitex Basics, my Metallic Cobalt Blue by Loft. Now I love this color too. I am trying out the Liquitex Basics Fluid paint. This one is in Dioxazine Purple. And then I've got my tried and true Ride or Die Iridescent Gold Fine. You know I need to use my Iridescent Gold Fine. And yes, I do have Satin Enamels here. This is gonna be a pearl pour. Okay, so I have my canvas here. This is a 16 by 24 inch level 3 canvas. I've taped the back, have my chunky push pins in there. I don't know if I've ever actually showed you. That's how I do it. Anyway, so there you go. That's how I do it. And I'm gonna do the base first. Well, I mean, you always do the base first, but I'm gonna create a base first, is what I should say, with two of these colors. I have white, which, you know, is pretty standard. And then I've got Seaside Blue here, which I love this color. I mix it up the exact same way as my white, which means I do use the soft body acrylic Loft white to mix it up, which lightens the hue a bit, but I love the hue it creates, so it's win-win for me. Okay, so I am gonna stretch out this base coat 100% before I put on my colors. There's different ways. Sometimes I don't do it 100%. Gotta torch these bubbles. I mixed these paints up yesterday. I didn't expect to see so many bubbles. Okay, so let's just do a pretty design. We're hoping it's a pretty design. We're gonna do some swirls. And I'm going to do a little bit more white just up in these corners so that they don't have to worry too much about covering the corners. Do a little ring around it. And I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to come up over here first. Bring it back to center. Come up over here. Bring it back to center. I like to bring it back to center each time. And I think I have enough to get it over this last corner without any extra help, especially since I poured my helping corners there. Yep. And that's it. Okay. So next up, time for some colors. Anyway, I'm going to start with my titanium buff here. And I'm just gonna do a little like swoopy swirl here in the middle, and then we're gonna stretch it out, and we're gonna pray that I remember how to mix up my pearl paints. Now it's time to stretch this out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to torch, because torching does encourage curls to pop. Okay, that's all nice, but I want there to be more connection and flow in this piece. I'm going to grab one of my palette knives over here, and I'm going to just sort of play. All right, I think I'm done canoodling. I am going to let this settle for a few minutes, and then I am going to come back in for a close-up, okay? And here it is. Now it is still wet, but I do believe it is fully developed. And also I did come in when the cameras were off and do a little bit more blowing out. I couldn't resist, and it's like it had to be done. It had to be done, guys. So I am going to come in here and bring you in for a really nice close-up so you can see all these cool details. I really think it's a fun and interesting piece. I love it. And yeah, so now I waited until the last moment to do this filming this week, as I usually do, but even a little bit later than normal because I've had a really busy week. Started a new class, but I'm gonna have the semi-dried results for you after this because it is really thin paint. So we're gonna see how it's doing tomorrow morning, and I'll get it uploaded before the collab tomorrow. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. So let's check in. Let's see how it's doing the next morning. And here it is all dry. And because these paints are so thick, it actually dried. It dried overnight. It's amazing. So I just want to say, as we close it out here, to be sure to go down into my description and check out the links to all of the other artists. If you missed Christine Jessic or Britta Clayton's videos, then go and check them out. They are incredible artists, and Taneva Baker is coming up after me, but her link is also down. You'll be directed to her video if you're here on premiere day, but her link is also down in the description. So be sure to check out the other incredible artists in this collaboration. And if you enjoyed watching this video, well, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps out so much with the algorithm. If you enjoy watching acrylic pouring videos, well, please consider subscribing because that is what I do here. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You know I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.